Hello, my dear friends, brothers, and sisters. Welcome to day 128 of this podcast with the Bible through the year. My name is Leo Lozano, Associate Pastor at Revive GMC in Pasadena, Texas. And today we begin John chapter 2, verses 1 through 12. I am reading from the New Living Translation, but you may join me from whatever translation you have before you. The important thing is here we are, one more day, hitting play, reading the scriptures together. And my prayer is that we will spend a few minutes just meditating on what we're about to read and creating in that way a space for the Spirit of the living God to speak to our hearts. So with that in mind, let us go together to the Bible. The next day, there was a wedding celebration in the village of Cana in Galilee. Jesus' mother was there, and Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the celebration. The wine supply ran out during the festivities, so Jesus' mother told him, "They have no more wine." "Dear woman, that's not our problem," Jesus replied. "My time has not yet come." But his mother told the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Standing nearby were 6 stone water jars used for Jewish ceremonial washing. Each could hold 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus told the servants, "Fill the jars with water." When the jars had been filled, he said, "Now dip some out and take it to the master of ceremonies." So the servants followed his instructions. When the master of ceremonies tasted the water that was now wine, not knowing where it had come from, though, of course, the servants knew, he called the bridegroom over. "A host always serves the best wine first," he said. "Then, when everyone has had a lot to drink, he brings out the less expensive wine, but you have kept the best until now." This miraculous sign at Cana in Galilee was the first time Jesus revealed his glory, and his disciples believed in him. After the wedding, he went to Capernaum for a few days with his mother, his brothers, and his disciples. This is the word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. I love, first of all, how Jesus was involved in a celebration such as this. Yeah, he was always a part of the life of the community, right? I know, maybe not in your culture, but, in my country, in Latin America, a lot of Christians tend to, not participate in a lot of celebrations if they're not what you would call Christian, right? There are a lot of things that shouldn't happen at these events or things that should happen, but this way, if we're about to call them Christian, But, that's not what we see in the Bible. Jesus was just part of people's lives. No restrictions attached, right? And I love that. And in this party, I guess they were having a really good time, right? So much so that they ran out of wine. And that was problematic for the reputation of this new family, right, that's being formed before them. And so Mary, because I'm sure there was some friendship there, and Mary sees what's going on and she gets involved. And so she brings this situation to Jesus' attention. It's like, hey, you know that motherly tone, right? She's not telling him what to do, but she kind of is, really. It's like, hey, they're running out of wine. And at first, Jesus is like, so what, right? But he ends up being receptive to the request and honoring his mother. He chooses to get involved as well. And that's when everything happens, right? And I love that, he invites others to participate in what he is about to do. And that still happens today, my friends. Jesus, our God, still is inviting people like you and me to participate in this miracle-making process. Because yes, he is the one who turns water into wine, but there were others involved, those servants who poured the water into the jars and then took that, the miracle, they took it to the rest of the people. And that invitation is still open for you and for me. Yes, he is the miracle maker, but we can be not only witness of these miracles, but again, participants of those miracles. And I finish with this. Jesus not only provided more wine, No. That's not who he is. That's not the character of our God. When he got involved, he really got involved. And so he not only provided wine, he provided the best kind. There's excellence always involved. Not only he provided, excellent wine, the best wine, he was generous in his provision. He didn't give them a little bit or just enough. He provided more than enough. And we can all be witness of that. Thank you for joining me today, and I cannot wait to be with you tomorrow.